Hello everyone, welcome back to Chimes of Fregidia. This is the 7th installment in the series, and this time we are dealing with evil letters, blackmail, murder, and wizards and witches. Enjoy! On the screen, a man is shooting flaming arrows at a piece of paper that is flying circles around him and laughing maniacally. The man is red in the face and shouting, "Come back here, you little... I'll tear you apart!" Franulf. What we just saw is not unusual behavior in the city of Trivaille these days. Its citizens are terrorized by mysterious singing letters. What do we know about the letters, Egan? Egan. The letters seemed harmless when they first arrived on people's doorsteps singing the national anthem of Ravencourt. However, when after hours they didn't shut up, it became a problem. People are losing their sleep and sanity to these seemingly indestructible letters. Franulf. The quickest way to get rid of the harassment is by paying up. Every single person on the ever-growing list of affected confirms that every day at 22:22, the letters stop singing to demand a significant monetary contribution. Once the bribe is paid, the letter incinerates. Again, of course, not everybody wants to succumb to blackmail. A lot of the affected are waiting for the Crimson Coven to free them. We have Crimson Coven representative Master Orion to tell us more about the process. How does one get rid of a bothersome letter, Master Orion? Master Orion. Enchanted letter can only be destroyed by decoding the initial casting magic. It takes days or even weeks to decode the magical password chosen by the creator. There are different strategies. Some magic wielders prefer to spend time examining the magic to familiarize themselves with it and identify clues about its lock. There are those who prepare many different passwords and try different variations based on the response. Some even prefer brute force, which is quick, but the magic power takes longer to renew. Franulf. Fascinating. Does this mean the Crimson Coven has the epidemic under control? Master Orion. Sadly, no. It takes us a lot of time because that's how spell reversal works. The person creating these cursed documents can produce them much faster than we get rid of them. Part of our team is conducting an investigation into the original creator. We join forces with Trivaille's law enforcement, the Knights of a Feather. We created teams with both magic wielders and knights. However, our investigation is still at the beginning. Again, we wish you good luck with this difficult case. Thank you for your time, Master Orion. Franulf. Even though the entirety of Trivaille is under suspicion, there are some individuals who inspire more suspicion than others. One of them is Winona, known among the people as the Witch of the Dread Forest. Again, Winona may be a bit of a recluse who likes to play by her own rules, but I would bet all the money I won when Princess Mirabelle didn't marry Count Philemon that she is innocent. Her only crime seems to be her refusal to join any of the existing covens and witch societies. This entitles her to accept or reject commissions without consultation or approval from fellow coven members. Why would she enchant letters when she is the only known magic wielder around is beyond me. Franulf. I completely agree with you, and so does the Crimson Coven. They were still pushed into a thorough investigation of Winona, and the pressure continues even after the tests comparing her magic and the magic in the letters proved she did not create the enchantment. Again, Winona herself never expressly denied her involvement. She is of the belief that no matter what she says, people will still see her as the culprit, and she is not wrong. Nasty gossip and throwing eggs at her house aside, there is even a petition advocating for her removal not only from the Dread Forest, but from the country of Ravencourt. Franulf. The city administration, of course, cannot do that without a proof. The head of administration, Marcus Crompton, let it be known that the city isn't planning on hearing the petition out. He added, People have their fears and superstitions about magic. As the only magic wielder nearby, she is not doing herself any favors by being so closed off and secretive about her activities. Again, upon hearing the statement, Winona laughed and commented that if Crompton thinks she is the only witch nearby, he is more naive than she thought. Franulf. Winona is not the only suspect, though. A lot of eyes are on the mayor of Trivaille. He is the only great-grandson of the famous Agnes Briar, best known for transforming one of her more insistent suitors into a lizard. Again, his past is not the only thing putting him under suspicion. The elections are approaching fast and the campaign isn't going to be cheap. People speculate that the Briar's coffers aren't as full as they once were. It doesn't help that Briar refused to go through with the Crimson Coven's testing. Franulf. In order to honor the rule of three, we should mention Pippin Stone. He admitted that he is behind the letters, and he keeps on insisting even after the Crimson Coven's analysis discovered his magical potential is almost non-existent. Mr. Stone seemed to want to make his 15 minutes of fame last a bit longer. 2 days later. Again, the body of Pippin Stone was found brutalized in a ditch outside of the city. His body was covered in cuts numbering in the hundreds. He had a few coins, a few pamphlets professing the necessity of Winona's expulsion, and one button in the shape of a rose. Mayor Briar was taken into custody and is now being tested against his will. Franulf. The entire city waits with bated breath for... Wait, what? Dear citizens, we have Winona of the Dread Forest here in the studio to make a proclamation. Mistress Winona, I must admit I am short for words. What is the matter? Winona. I am here to reveal the truth. I have known who was behind the letters from the beginning. The thing is, self-taught magic works best with objects and processes that are familiar. If you understand the nature of things, you can easily alter it. I knew the person behind the letters had to be somebody from the town hall. They are drowning in documents over there. I could have said something, but I didn't care much for this particular problem. Where is the harm in rich men losing a few coins or a few nights of sleep? But didn't stop here. Killing is unforgivable, more so when you kill somebody who trusts you. Again, are you implying the person behind the letters is the same one who murdered Pippin Stone? Winona. I'm not implying anything, I'm saying it outright. Pippin was a good guy, but he wasn't gifted with much sense. The criminal scum we are talking about used Pippin to deliver the letters. Unfortunately, Pippin probably understood more than it seemed. Once he started talking, he became a liability and he was promptly killed off. Franulf. By whom? Winona. Marcus Crompton, of course. As the head of administration, he is dealing with nasty letters day and night. He understands their nature, so it should be quite easy for him to enchant them. Again. But why would he do that? Winona. Ask the detectives. I have a funeral to attend to. An official press release from the Crimson Coven. Master Orion. Marcus Crompton was arrested. He will be tried for murder and blackmail before Trivaille's Red Court in 12 days. During the search of his house, the Coven found a secret room with hundreds of touch-activated singing letters, some covered in blood of Pippin Stone. If the evidence wasn't damning enough, he had copies of Mayor Briar's rose buttons, stack of campaign promotional flyers of himself, and defamatory leaflets accusing Mayor Briar of murder and creation of the singing blackmail letters. Reporter for Crimson Crimes Weekly. What prompted Crompton to murder Stone? Master Orion. Before his death, Pippin Stone was heard boasting about his new profitable job. It was Stone who delivered the letters. His wandering around the city was normal and therefore inconspicuous. Crompton probably thought Stone too feeble-minded to connect the letter delivery with the Menace letters, but he greatly underestimated Stone. Stone wanted so much to be noticed, and Crompton got scared that his name could sooner or later come into the light. Reporter for the Tribune. Was the main motive for the letters securing funds for the elections or discrediting Briar? Master Orion. We may never know, but the search of Crompton's place revealed unhealthy obsession with Briar. We found every single newspaper clipping involving the mayor and a lot of books on his family history. Reporter. Why didn't Briar just went through the Crimson Coven testing willingly when he was not connected to disruptive magic? Master Orion. With Mayor Briar's permission, I am allowed to say that he wanted to keep his lack of magical potential secret. He comes from a long line of powerful magic wielders, but he himself didn't inherit the aptitude for magic. Reporter for Nature and her friends. Speaking of powerful magic wielders, how come Winona of the Dread Forest managed to crack this case in minutes, while Crimson Coven struggled for weeks without anything to show for it? Master Orion. We did all we were capable of at the moment. We are well aware of our own limitations, so we asked Winona to give us lessons. She agreed to teach a few of our members more about the nature of magic. We believe this new knowledge will help in our future investigations. This is all for today. Thank you for your time. So this time during end credits we're gonna talk about some future plans for the channel. First, I'm planning on finishing, not finishing, but you can kind of think of it as like a season 1 of Magical News, or like Chimes of Fregidia. There'll be like 10 episodes in total, like 10 videos, and then I will reread the stories, and I will write like little bonus scenes for each one, and then I would like to compile it into a book, like an ebook, and I would probably release that. And yeah, but that's gonna take some time because I need to write some of the bonus scenes, and I would like to illustrate, well, if you can call that illustration, like illustrate all the stories with these weird ass drawings I'm doing now. And for this episode, the bonus scene is actually about Master Orion learning about magic from Winona, so you can look forward to that. And yeah, I was also thinking about starting like a bit of a different segment to this one, than like writing, maybe some like book reviews, but we'll see. So if you listened this far, thank you, and see you next time.